land for the retired Moorish offspring with concubines from foreign nations that didn't have birthrights. They don't have a right. They don't have a carry on birthright. Right. So these people, this is why you have distinct Asian features. You got Hans features in some of them, and you got Mongolian features in others of them. And then, not to mention that we was already married them on the West Coast. Most of us don't know about the China world. And we was doing trade with the Chinese in what's today called Mexico.
Okay.
Right? This is where you get your chinos from. But most of them is the royal Afro-Mexicans is what they call them today. Okay. That was from the area. They took those as concubines from trade with China.
Oh.
So this is why you had those real dark ones with the straight hair. That's where they come from.
Okay.
Right. So they real dark Asian features with straight hair. But it's really not straight hair. It's really hollow hair.
Okay.
Right. Then you have the ones with the 7 and 8 ether, what we call the wavy locks. Right. And then all of them, from the straight hair to the kinky hair, all wore dreads at different times. So you would see the dreadlock being the signature. Wasn't called the dreadlock. The dreadlock was the ones who came about under the Mau Mau Rebellion in Kenya.
Okay.
The Mau Mau Rebellion was betrayed by Jomo Kenyatta. Once the British put him in power, he gave the field location to the Mau Mau Rebellion's headquarters to be air bombed by the British. Or was it the Italians? One of them. Some Europeans. Right? So, but the Mau Mau Rebellion is what popularized the locks as dreaded locks. And also they had a similar uprising in Jamaica, which gave rise to what was called in Jamaica the Natty Dread.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, the Natty Dread, because when you see them, they don't operate from the colonizers' position. They still at war with the colonizers. Right. Haiti finally won. That's not Haiti no more on the map. They went back to the original spelling when the people took power.
Oh, what's it called now?
Haiti.
Haiti. Okay.
Yeah, it's not spelled the same on the map. It don't start with an H no more.
Oh, I didn't know that. Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah. But that was because that was what the will of the people was.
Okay.
Now, I was telling people a couple of years ago, I said, when this come to an end, Haiti want all of the children in Haiti to come back home to rebuild. I just seen a video, about 10 minutes ago. I didn't get to watch it all. It was a clip on my Instagram of a Haitian gentleman saying, "Hey, we got to go back home now."
Wow.
He sounded me alarm. I don't know this dude from Rockin' Iraq, and he don't know me. But he's telling them something that I said 2.5 to 3 years ago.
Okay.
What's going to happen when it's all said and done, because Haiti is going to be on the world stage at the center of this.
Nah, I've never heard that. Okay. Okay.
I've been telling the people, watch Haiti.
Watch Haiti. They're the ones that they won their liberation, right? They're one of the only ones that could conquer the Europeans.
They were the first ones to defeat the colonizers.
Okay.
The second was the continuation of that fight with the wars of Chief Pontiac, ironically enough.
Ironically.
They say that John Baptiste du Sable founded Chicago. That's not true.
Okay.
Chicago is ancient. It's been on the map before Chicago was the name of it, but it wasn't called Chicago. Right? So we all of these different renditions of the rewrite of who we are The goal was to disassociate us from our link to the land. Because if we don't believe it's our land, we don't have nothing to fight for.
Mm-hmm.
But when we know what it is, and we know we got the right to fight for what's ours, even though they say we wrong for trying to fight for what's ours.
Yeah, they do.
And then you got other tribes saying, I don't think you should fight that way. You should fight the way we want you to fight.
Mm.
And our elders left a clear-cut blueprint or oral tradition that cannot be overturned by paperwork.
Okay. What's that?
The oral tradition is to, if you put something in the public domain, for the scrutiny of all the tribes. If it affects all of the tribes, the chief has to put it in the public domain. That's what I've been doing.
That's what you're doing, yes. Absolutely.
Right? If you said that these people is not our real government, you have to show it to us. But you don't got to go around trying to convince nobody. Every person don't see it the way they want to see it. But if you show us the receipt, we can interpret it ourselves. You told us what you think it means. Now show it to us and let us see if we think it means the same thing. That's why you got to put it in the public domain. It got to be able to be scrutinized for more tribes than just yours. You got to be examined. So under the oral tradition, that preceded their legislated paperwork. You got to remember, all of their legislation is founded upon the doctrine of discovery.
Okay.
All of their enforcement of legislation is the enforcement of a foreign police state in a hostile occupied territory by belligerent forces. In other words, they don't belong here. But if they can convince us to let them stay here, it's just one problem. I already served eviction on their ass, so now they got to go.
Now, who is they? Who is they you speak of?
Let's talk about it.
This is
what's going to blow up in a whole lot of people's face. A lot of people came over for a drop of blood.
Okay.
A lot of these people that we think is crackers is passing. So when they start going through the birthright citizenship and they find out that they Uncle Joseph was a Negro.
A Negro.
And they find out that A. Lulabelle, she was one of them squaw ladies. Then they get to stay.
Okay.
Whoever didn't get their drop of blood, adios. But if they've been here longer than 100 years, I can almost bet you they got a drop of blood. That's what the whole Oscar thing was.
Oh.
Oscar and the Grammys was about seeing if they've assimilated their one drop of blood successfully enough to pass for paleface, but had a soul of one of us. Look at the statue of Oscar named after the guy who invented the format for the modern motion picture. Right? Now, the statue comes from Kemet. It's Ty.
Okay.
Ty is the one who molded man on the potter's wheel.
Okay.
Right? So when they say in Genesis, where they say, and God formed man from the clay of the earth,
yes,
that's the story of Ty.
Okay.
P-T-A-H.
Oh, if people pronounce it Patah, I've been pronouncing it Patah. It's Ty. Okay.
The P is silent.
Okay.
Anyway, so this is the statue that is the Grammy statue. Because the whole thing was to clean up a genetically defective experiment that went wrong. That's some Anunnaki tablets. That's when they was giving birth to all of these deformed creatures.
Oh.
So now, what was the remedy was to give them one drop of Anunnaki blood in that text.
Okay.
That one drop of blood doctrine is the doctrine for the colonization of America. Look at the epithets that they have for America. The great melting pot. God's crucible. But what is God doing in this melting pot, and why do he need a crucible in the first place? right? Because you had to clean up the birth defect. A lot of these alien species that look different was royalty where they come from,
Okay.
with the highest perfected genetics, and they came to give a drop of blood in order to give the essential rights to the sentient beings deprived of the right to ascension. It's known in the esoteric world as the Great Debauchery. Somebody got to clean it up.
Mm.
Did nobody want to do it, so they had to figure out how do you get us to clean it up.
Okay.
You got to take out the concept of big eyes and little U's. And nature got a way that it operates. If you push against nature, nature will push back.
Mm-hmm.
Just where eugenics was. The goal of eugenics was exactly 100% the opposite of what they told us it was.
See.
They was the ones who was watching the one drop doctrine be fulfilled. Right? And now, if you look at how they invaded us and the way that they raped the women first, before they made the standard of beauty look something different than us. And then told the ones who the defenders of beauty in women that he can't have one. So it's forcing you, it's reverse psychology.
Yeah.
But Jerry Rogers wrote Nature Knows No Color Line. Right? And what's the other one? Sex and Race.
Mm.
But he's considered non-academic, even though he got all those references there.
Okay.
Right? He also the one wrote 5 black presidents in the early 1900s telling y'all this ain't what they've been telling us.
Mm.
Right? Then when the educational system is being used, Carter G. Woodson wrote the Miseducation of the Negro. This is how they win it. They training us. They're not teaching us.
Mm.
They're socially engineering how we maneuver and operate by mapping our traits, our character traits. And the ones that character rebellion, them the ones we got to get rid of. We will either put them in prison or kill them.
Because the rebellious ones are the ones that are trying to get free or want to free the people. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, if you go to the Ghetto Boys album, Resurrection, Larry Hoover talking on there. And he say, see, the youngers out there, they identify with me because I'm one of them. He say the problem with the system is they keep trying. I don't think I should say that no. Just check out the Ghetto Boys Resurrection album and you get what he's saying.
I was getting into it. Okay.
Yeah, but he was saying that basically because he won't stop moving while they trying to abuse him, they calling him rebellious and they keeping him in prison.
Mm.
See, Larry Hoover is not in prison. He never went to prison for an actual crime that he did.
Okay.
So they charged him with accessory to murder. But the law that he was in there under was called the influence law.
Mm.
It was part of the COINTELPRO. So when they charged his co-defendant, who's been out since like 91, 92, with the murder, they said they charged Larry because they say that the guy believed that Larry would wanted him to do it, whether Larry didn't tell him to do it.
Wow.
Now go back to what happened to Tupac.
Okay.
Haitian Jack said, I told them to leave Tupac alone. But somebody was trying to do something on my behalf. And that's how Tupac got shot at Quad Studio.
Keep talking, Chief. I got an emergency call. Keep talking, please.
Okay. So when Tupac get shot at Quad Studios, the people that Haitian Jack told not to mess with Tupac is going to get into Haitian Jack's favor. Haitian Jack could have ended up in the same position as Larry Hoover if that law would have been applied to New York. So you had all these different people. You had the case on Jeff Fort. I posted on my page on Facebook. The reporter is going over the case, and she said there is no evidence that Muammar Gaddafi accepted the terrorist plot, and there is no evidence that the Al Rukns had committed terrorism or was involved in terrorism. I'm like, how is they gonna tell you that outright and then still Jeff Fort locked up still, right? And when I tell you, look for the repeating MO. If you go to the west side of Chicago and you look up the four corner hustler named Prince Lowe, you will see that he caught on. And instead of arresting him, they just murdered him. Because they was trying to use the same grenade launcher story to entrap Prince Lowe that they had already used to entrap Jeff Fort and his soldiers in the system so that they can continue to operate on their land without paying no dues. And a lot of this stuff is them undermining us from doing what we was doing before they came. Because they trying to take control of the territory. They trying to administer a police state. And we going along to get along right now. Majority of us is some go along to get along ass niggas, and we just going with the system because we don't want to make no waves, because we don't want people looking at us saying, look at him, he just one of them angry old Negroes. Malcolm said it best. If you're not an angry black man in America, you are an insane black man in America. But once you understand that part, Tupac said the next most relevant part. After you get done being angry, then what? See, because it got to be something after that. The anger is to move you to action. But when you get ready to move to action, the anger can blind you if you can't see through it. Right? So we don't pay attention to everything that's around us that we're dealing with. And because we used to the system we grew up in, that don't make it our system, and it don't make it the right system for us. Everything okay?
I'll talk to you later about it.
Yeah. So we do got a lot of different stuff going on. The new financial system should be coming online tomorrow. I think they said the second.
Okay.
But they got to crash the dollar. Right. So they already got the Federal Reserve is under federal investigation by the military.
And I saw a video of what's his name, Jerome Powell, actually admitting that the dollar is now going to be under the jurisdiction of the United States Treasury.
Mm-hmm. Okay. They done that at the beginning of the year.
Okay.
But and the United States Treasury not in D.C. Anymore. It has moved to a little a res right outside of Reno, Nevada.
Okay. They've been talking about Reno actually for a few years. It just kind of made me feel like something was going on. They were having secret meetings in Reno under Trump's first administration.
And Raven Rock not far from there. Raven Rock, Colorado.
Okay.
That's the continuity of government offices. That's where the transfer of power is being rolled out in Raven Rock, Colorado.
The transfer of power from the United States Incorporated to whom?
To the tribes.
Hey, I can
look.
dig
this our shit. We can't. It's our shit. They not giving us nothing. This everybody keep confusing. They not giving us nothing. We taking it back. And that's why I had to go back to before to 1491 with the oral tradition.
Speaking of taking stuff back, one of the things that I've been dealing with some of the foreign men that are here is they'll be really nice to me, like, like doing business, landlords and all of that. But when they see my sons, they attack my sons, or they'll try to
They taught that before they come over here. They literally taught that our women is more appreciative of foreigners than their own men. They taught that. They taught that we would rather spend our money with everybody else but our own people. Everybody that come over here, the Arabs told it to me, the Koreans told it to me, the Vietnamese told it to me, the Africans, various European groups tell us the same thing. They put businesses in our stores. Why do we have all of these, what they call them people, not Romanian, they Albanian.
Albanian. Yes, it's the Albanians. We have thousands of them here in Jacksonville, and I heard they're all related. That's what I heard.
You got another group called Armenians. Now, if you look at their culture, it almost can mirror Arab culture, but from a Christian perspective. Everything is tight knit to the family. The senior son get the first business. Then he take on, once his business take off, he have to save the money up to get the second son a business. Right? And by the time they get to the fifth son, he got 4 brothers over here that's helping him with his business. Right? But they tell us that all the time. Right? They tell us that they don't like us around their women, but when they came over here, it's okay for them to be around our women. And they women don't too much violate that on the majority. You got exceptions to the rule. Because some women just like what they like. Right? And they don't care what their family say. But most of them going to go along with the family custom and marry with the arranged marriage. Arranged marriages is for reasons, for political connections, financial advancement. We got away from that. That's that romantic love. Romantic love is based on homosexual relationships.
Ooh. Okay.
Anytime you hear the word romance, it's talking about gay.
Okay.
It's hardwired into Rome. You know, believe me, just go walk down the streets in Rome and see all of them phallus symbols they got everywhere. Them priests standing up there with little boys holding their bread bun. Come on, man. It's just ridiculous. If you don't recognize what's being done, somebody got to tell you. But once you hear it, you cannot hear it. Once you recognize it, you cannot recognize it. It's etched into your mind now. And sometimes somebody just have to point the obvious out to you because it was hidden in plain sight.
So they are told when they come over here are they told to lay with the women and not deal with the men? What are they told?
They told them that the men was hostile. And we had no self-control. We have no focus, no direction. We don't understand the concept of family. And they tell us that the women is just loose. Like if you're a foreigner, you can just walk right into her bedroom and she won't resist.
This is crazy. That's
what they teach foreigners when they're coming over here. They've been teaching it the whole time.
That's what I experienced. Like, as long as it's just me around, it's just, Kia, you're such a nice lady. And I had to kind of guard myself because they just show up, because they're everywhere. They run the businesses. They run the homes you live in. You know what I'm saying? But as soon as they see one of my sons around, all of a sudden it's a problem.
The energy shift.
Yeah. And they start trying to attack my sons. I'm like, you don't want to do that because you're going to run up on a soldier. You don't, what I'm saying? But it's crazy the way they violate.
For some reason, they don't play with me. I didn't talk to all of them. Africans, Arabs, Chaldeans, Hindus, Japanese, all types of Europeans. For some reason.
So the European men.
Yes. For some reason, they don't give me no shit. Now, when I was a little boy, I got shit from everybody. It didn't matter what they looked like. They was gonna give me some shit.
Mm.
You know.
1 second, please.
Yeah. But though I don't have issues with people based on racism or political oppression, like people don't push that agenda in my direction.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, because I normally just don't say nothing until I understand what I'm dealing with. By that time, they be so paranoid of the silence that they tell me everything.
Paranoid of the silence.
And they tell it all. That's why I told you when I was little, there was old white dude down the street from us here. I don't know why your nigga was mad at us. It was your own people that did it to you. And I thought that was a racist cop-out, right? I didn't know they was telling me the truth.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't my people. It was some people that looked like my people that did it to us.
Yes.
And they couldn't tell us apart. Mm-hmm. So they isolated us together and make us fight it out while we try to figure out who we is.
Mm.
And the only way to keep us out is to judge us by hair texture and skin color. If you black, step back. Brown, stick around. If you white, you all right.
I remember that.
The Brown Paper Bag Club.
Yes.
See, that was Dubois. Dubois was a French Huguenot. I just found that out. I found that out from Daddy Green.
Okay.
I said I never knew he was a Huguenot. And then it made so much sense why he was beefing with Garvey and Booker T.
Mm.
Booker T was a native. Garvey was a native Jamaican.
Right.
And Dubois because that's who he was invaded by. The French Revolution was kicking the Huguenots out.
Okay.
And the Spanish Inquisition was kicking the Spanish Moors out. The Moriscos. They got together in Almaguer, which is Northwest Africa. At this time, there is no country called Morocco. Mm. It's easy to look up. It's not hard to look up.
Okay.
The Moroccan flag at this time is plain red. That's it.
Mm.
But it wasn't the Morocco country. It was actually the flag for the city of Fez, which goes back to the old Ottoman incursion into North Africa. Right? Our Moorish suffixes, El, Bay, and Day, ranking system of Ottomans.
Okay.
So when you really looking into the Moorish sciences, you're going to know if you ask one question, what side they on, but how mad they get if you ask where's the flag of the Bays.
Mm.
The ones in the know, that's the worst thing you could ask them.
Okay.
That's like asking if their mama was a prostitute.
Oh.
That's how offensive it is to them.
Okay.
But if you want to know what it looked like, it's a book called A Scramble for Africa that describes the flag of the Bays. Mm-hmm. You can only have a Bay as a governor of a province if 10 days make up his council. The days govern a deacon of the territory of the Bay. A deacon is a 1/10 section. In the structure is round table structure. But the person that sits in the middle of the round table is the Bay. He is the governor. Mm. And he has 10 days seated around him that makes up his dominion. And so he flies his flag under the law of the flag, the international law of the flag, as an Ottoman, Byzantine king. Mm. Then the term El was the ones in the Ottoman Empire that was writing the law.
Okay.
The Alis came from the Arab culture. And they was the ones in modern Arabia, they call them sheikhs. Right? They would have carried the title of Ali. They are the ones at the highest council that okays the doctrine or the protocol of war or the function of city government. But it all had to be approved by the Alis. The L's put it together. The Alis put it out there as the law. The Beys pass it to the Deys to enforce it.
Okay.
Under modern Moorish science, most of the Moors have no idea of what I just told you.
Okay.
They don't know nothing about no flag of the Beys. They don't know that the flag that Morocco currently today fly is not a Moroccan flag, it's a Noble Drew Ali flag.
Whoa. Okay.
The Noble Drew Ali flag was adopted to subvert the people of this land. And this is why they keep saying we in Northwest Africa.
Oh.
See, it was misdirection. It was a sleight of hand trick.
The Noble Drew Ali doctrine.
The flag that the country of Morocco have today, they did not have that flag before Noble Drew Ali introduced it to the world.
Okay. Okay.
Once he introduced that flag, the red flag with the green 5-point star. Most people don't know. Look up the red flag with the green 6-point star. Because that's older in the Moroccan country. It was before the 5-point star.
Okay.
Right? Now, it's another flag before that that's just plain red.
Wow.
And that was the flag of Al Maghrib. And it was derived from the city of Fez. But we don't know the history of the flags.
No. Now, what does that have to do with us? Like, sometimes I wonder, was it when I was...
Fez is in the Fez Memorial.
Yeah.
Those actual people, we know we're going to be reincarnated. The people, then, they were pitted against the ones that's on the mural from Carlos V or King Charles V.
Okay.
The Aztec king or the Inca kings, which is the old Mississippians. We have to find each other in a scramble up of humanity. That's why Tupac was globe-trotting from like 16, 17 years old. He had to go meet different people that was going to be the chief, so he could see which chief they was. Right? And that's why I had to tell you so many different people. Old Dirty Bastard, Shinnecock Chief. LL Cool J is the Shinnecock Chief. Flavor Flav is the Shinnecock Chief. Half of the Wu-Tang is from the five family federation of tribes out of the New York area. Most of the Wu-Tang clan was all chiefs. Raekwon was a chief. Wizard, Jizza, Killer Priest. They are tribal chiefs from the land, and they formed those groups to show the federation that they had back in the past. And when a chief from the past is looking at it in the present, he can find us easy. You can find us easy. All you gotta do, if I want to find Chief Zello, listen for the nigga talking about dogs and barking.
Okay.
Oh, you talking about DMX? Yeah. If you want to find crazy ones, all you gotta listen to the one that everybody think they crazy, but they telling you more truth than everybody else. Look, Method Man is a stand-up dude, but some of the stuff Old Dirty said make him didn't want to sit back. Like he was in the hot seat. Because ODB got to tell you way more stuff. That's why he was saying they trying to kill me. They said, who? He said, Bush and the niggas. Did you go there? He's telling you what, I just posted this because people kept asking me for the receipt, so I just went on and posted on my on my Instagram page where he was explaining the song "Shame on a," we're trying to run game on a, and he was telling us, right? But the rest of the Wu-Tang know how this government is. So they don't want him to go and say too much too fast and put everybody in danger. Then they can't get all of the messages out. Right? So we use, that's Mississippian culture, by the way. That's the Delta Blues. Using the music to carry the message into the future.
I see.
You remember what the OJs were singing in the 70s? There is a message in our music.
Wow.
They was telling us, programming that generation of the youth that's hearing their parents' favorite songs playing, they not really paying attention to the song, so it's going straight to the subconscious.
And what about Orlando Brown? Sister Janine said Orlando Brown is one as well.
I don't know enough about him.
Okay.
But he be using crazy horse energy sometimes, and sometimes he use like another energy. But I'm not really sure about who he is. I haven't did my investigation on him.
Okay.
But normally, like Kanye,
Yeah.
Kanye be telling the truth, but he's doing it in the crazy horse frequency. So when we be saying Ye is right, that's because he's telling you the truth. He ain't lying. The problem is he crazy. He's batshit crazy. That's perfect execution of crazy horse energy. Right? Remember, they didn't used to want Kanye to rap. They just wanted him to make beats, but you couldn't shut him up.
Okay.
He had to be his own person. That's how he is. We can only stay in somebody else's house until we learn to stand on our own. And then we don't want to be in your house no more. We thank you for it. Appreciate the time you let me sleep on your couch. I don't mind. I'm glad that I had somewhere to sleep. Even though I was in your living room under the table, I don't care. But now I got my own.
Right.
If you need me, holler. I'm here for you.
And the family here in the chat, they are going ham. They are really enjoying you, Chief. Family, in order to express your gratitude, we thank you so much for saying you appreciate him. I would ask that you also send him a donation, please. He's not asking for this. I'm asking for it. If you could send our Chief a donation via Cash App at $SIK8, $SIKAPE, or if you don't have Cash App, and you desire to support our Chief by PayPal, you can find him at SIK801, SIKAPE01. Now, I came from a church background. First, I grew up Muslim under the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. And then, by the way, I appreciate all the things I learned under the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, how women ought to behave, how you're supposed to be respectful, we were taught a marriage culture, all that. Eat to live. And then my mom transitioned into church, and we were taught that tribal leaders, community leaders that spend their time giving, truth or liberating the people, they should be taken care of. And that's why I believe in supporting, people that come, especially you, come on. So I hope this is okay with you, but I would ask that our Soul Tribe, if they can, bless our Chief with a Cash App, $SIKAPE or PayPal, and I'll put it in the chat as well. All right, Chief, back in your hands.
In our culture, the priests never had to ask for a donation. But we didn't have to solicit because the people knew who we was, and they knew that we was working for the universe, and they knew that reciprocity and gratitude, right? Reciprocity cycles the energy. Gratitude expand the bandwidth. There's so many people that's ungrateful. If a person gave me, remember them milk bud lollipops we used to get at the doctors?
Yes.
It won't be no different as if they gave me a Cadillac. I'm gonna be the same amount of grateful. Is that everybody can't give you the same thing. Because everybody needs is not the same.
That's right.
So whatever somebody send you, that's opening up the cycling energy, reciprocity. And widening the bandwidth is my gratitude. So when it comes back, it can expand.
Absolutely. Chief, I have a question for you. You know, you said earlier that we taking our stuff back. What is Donald Trump's role in this? You know, I get sometimes I get some backlash like, why are you supporting this white dude? He's not doing anything for us. And I'm like, I'm looking at all the stuff he's doing for us. I'm grateful. You know, but so what is his role in all of this, returning things back over to us?
He is literally our own personal butt dancing cracker.
Okay.
I can't say it no other way.
Okay.
They try to do everything else to make him out to be other than what he is. Okay, well, all that's good. But as long as we getting it all back, they can say what they want to say about him. I don't care nothing about him one way or the other.
Okay.
I'm not into politics. I be watching. Only reason I watch him because every time I read the sign say something supposed to be done, I look up and he's signing the paper to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how the hell is he matching the frequency this to the letter? Right? Remember, one of the first shows we did together, I said the BRICS nations was damning the dollar to die at home.
Yeah.
Now they got the dollar damn back to America. They got to switch to, if they don't switch to a substantive back currency in place of the fiat, it'll totally collapse the system to an irreparable medium. It'll be in a state that it won't be able to fix it. But if they switch it to a substance-backed system, and then you turn it into a feedback loop where you're giving the people wealth instead of taking people's wealth,
yes,
then all of that energy they stole from us, they sending it back. See, you gotta remember, we have mineral rights under the UNDRIP and under the American Declaration of the Rights of Indigenous People. Both of them is stating that if we know who we are, we have territorial rights, land rights, and we have mineral rights. Tribal traditions say anything approximately 3 feet or deeper under the earth has to be broke up with the local community where it was extracted from before it can benefit anybody outside the community. The mining companies sent from foreign nations was taking our wealth, or came over to take our wealth. So the condition is called the warlock. Under the warlock, they can't take our wealth. So the second thing they can do, because Big Mama closed our bank, that's the warlock. Once Big Mama closed her bank, now they can't use God's money. They have to make man's money. In order to play their monopoly game, they need monopoly credits.
Okay.
So they give you what's called a fiat. It's not backed by the wealth, but we use the illusion of it being backed by the wealth in order to generate the potential for it to have value.
But Chief, I was just looking this up just this morning. Who were the CEOs of certain mining companies? None of them look like us.
No. But just because they're the CEO don't mean they're the stakeholder.
Okay.
It's a lot of tribes that have stake in major corporations that we don't even know about.
Okay.
They're not in the stakeholders.
Okay.
So the stakeholders got the final say if the executive board, CEO, president, vice president, CFO, if they're not doing their job, they can get fired.
Okay. Okay.
Think about that. Who would fire him if he's the CEO?
Right.
Now remember, Trump just put a arrest warrant out, arrested the chairman of the Fed.
Okay.
Who's going to replace him as the CEO?
Right.
Yeah, remember, Alan Greenspan had that position for a ridiculous amount of time.
Mhm.
But right in the 90s, he seen something coming. He was like, I'm out of here.
Mm.
Right. I think they had Alan Greenspan all the way up to like 2002, somewhere around up in there,
Okay.
early 2000. Yeah, but they come over and adjust the interest rate. Every time they adjust the interest rate, they adjusting how much money they stealing.
Oh wow.
It's fractional reserve banking. If you don't know how fractional reserve banking works, you won't know how the theft of the wealth of the people is being stolen. This is why they got you taking taxes on one side and inflation on the other side,
That's
and
it.
you left with the crimes in the middle.
Mm. Mm.
Every time they raise the interest rate, it decreases the value of the currency. Every time the value of the currency gets decreased, people have to raise the price of the product. I remember a loaf of bread was a quarter.
Mm. Yeah.
People were like, a loaf of bread for a quarter? $4 a loaf now.
Or more. Yeah.
And not only was it a quarter, if you went to the bakery, you got it for 15 cents, and it was fresh.
It was fresh. Yes, sir. Warm.
Now they got to chemically keep it fresh.
Yeah.
With stuff that's toxic to the body in order to sell the product on the shelf for 30 days.
Mm. Now, did I understand you correctly? I'm almost sure I did hear you say that the financial system is turning over tomorrow.
Supposed to.
Supposed to the gold back system.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Well, we do know that states have already reclaimed silver and gold as money. They're issuing out gold backs now.
That was announced at the financial meeting they just had over in Switzerland.
Davos?
Yeah, in Davos. They were talking about it at Davos.
Okay.
Yeah, and after they got done at Davos, I'm going to show you this, because you might want to share it.
Hit the like button as you come in, family. I see we almost have 1,500 people in the chat, and there's probably more that I cannot see. Thank you so much for supporting our Chief Pontiac, also known as Chief Rod Hayes. Thank you for your questions. We see you asking the questions in the chat. We'll get to your questions shortly. For those of you that are sending him a Cash App blessing, thank you so much. His Cash App is $SICAPE, SAKAPE. Thank you. And those who are sending him PayPal, thank you so much at SIKAPE01. Oh, I see you sending me something right now.
That's a little clip.
Okay.
And then one of them over 15 seconds, or one of them is 30 seconds.
Okay. Let me see. I'm going to send it over to my email.
Yep.
And while I do this, Chief, can you, this is about the, okay, you send me something about the money system?
Mm-hmm.
Can you briefly explain, if you have any idea, what's going on with Trump saying he's going to have a golden dome?
It's a military defense system, but it's already there. Do you remember he went back to, we've been talking about this for this many years.
Okay.
Under Ronald Reagan, it was called Operation Star Wars.
I remember hearing about that, Operation Star Wars.
Right. Okay. It was a satellite defense system to defend us against foreign and domestic enemies and extraterrestrial threats.
Oh.
And you gotta remember, in Greenland there is a very critical ancient site. It's like the pineal gland Turtle Island.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a Stargate.
Mm. No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's right there. It's right there in Antarctica. in Greenland. It's always been there. It's nothing new. Some people refer to it as the Black Rock, but the Black Rock is actually in Alaska, the Black Pyramid of Alaska.
Okay. Because some people felt a little uncomfortable about there being any type of dome, although I feel like there's a dome already.
It's already there.
Okay.
All he's trying to do is Okay, if you look at everything he was addressing, is what they call in the Western Hemisphere. The Western Hemisphere was the last incursion of the people who was trying to conquer the world. So
Okay.
we was the last ones. So we was the ones that got to finish the fight,
Mm.
right? So now, in order for us to get it all back, this is why he told them, just because you landed a ship there 500 years ago, don't mean you own it.
Right.
Just because you crashed your Plymouth, your Mayflower in the harbor outside D.C., don't make you own America.
Ooh, come on.
They came over here and pretended to be in need and struggling and played on our sympathy, and I don't got none for them.
Mm-hmm.
That was my mom and them. My mom and them had sympathy. I don't got no sympathy for them because I know what their agenda is.
Mm-hmm.
So go.
Woo.
I don't care if they leave the planet. Get the hell out of here. They go wherever they want to go. They just gotta leave here. And a lot of them look like us.
Mm.
And a lot of them that's gonna stay don't look like us.
Okay. Now, how would they know? Go ahead. Go ahead.
They know everybody, who everybody is, and they've been tracking everybody. That's why people be feeling like they getting gang stalked, because they being watched.
See.
You somebody important and they watching your ass. COINTELPRO don't work if they don't know who we are. They
Okay.
watching us come in from birth charts.
I remember
See,
the old people used to say, "Don't tell everybody your birthday." I remember that, or your sign.
Yep. Because they watching us come in on specific days. And certain ones of us, certain birthdays, when like Chicago area, the
Yes.
COINTELPRO papers, when they came out, had 450 names of, back then they was kids.
Mm.
That was potential threats.
Wow.
But you got to know what kind of threat they was. According to the COINTELPRO papers, their mission was to stop the rise of any potential messiah who could incite the masses and unify the black nationalist groups. That's what it say. And they got 400 kids on here. How they know where to find these kids? How do they know to have Larry Hoover, Joe Ford, Mickey Caldwell, Benny Lee? Well, they babies. 14, 12, 13, 15. They watching them in elementary.
Mm.
They know their birthday and they're watching them in elementary. From kindergarten on, they know that one ain't right there ain't like the rest of these. He gonna be standout. The only thing they can do is to distract the standout with an alternative to warfare.
Mm.
So they oversaturate them with arts and entertainment, with sports.
Yeah.
You put the Warriors in athletics so that you can give them the outlet for their warring rage.
Mm.
We did do that. That's how the tribes used to maintain peace among tribes by competitions.
Okay.
Right? Unlike the Romans where they was having naked wrestling contests, we was over here having ball games, board games. Right? Gymnastic type stuff. Our babies still do it. I got little cousins teach themselves how to. They don't even call it gymnastics. They call it flipping. Hey, Uncle Ron, watch me flip. What kind of flipping you gonna do? I'm gonna do a flip flop. No. What the heck is that? Just watch. And then when they look at their little friends, the cousins be when they start flipping, they be like, "Look at him, flip flop, no, flip flop, no." They be like, "What the?" But that's them. That's our culture. Been in our culture ever since we've been here.
Mm-hmm.
We're not gonna never stop being us. Don't care how many legislations they institute. I don't care how many organizations they establish to try to train us to be other than ourselves. What religion they bring us next? Because we got one rule: either make it your own or leave it alone.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Elijah Muhammad, the Nation of Islam, Islamic doctrine don't look like Sunni Islamic doctrine. He's not trying to be an Arab over here. He's trying to teach and remind y'all the structure of tribes.
Okay.
Right? The tribes got to function. Purpose. We all work together, but we don't all do the same thing all the time the same way. But we understand that everybody ain't supposed to fight the war the same way. You can't win. They just didn't have an answer for me in my weird perception. How I see stuff.
Chief, I tried to download these videos when I went to my, I'm looking at them now, when I went to my email, and what does it say? It says you need a new code. Checking code availability. You need a new code to play this item. Codes help the apps read and play different files, and all three of them do that. So I'm trying to, and they're saying in order to get a new code, I have to pay. I can hear it. I can hear the video, but I can't see it. Do you want me to?
No, don't worry about it.
Okay.
But back 7 days ago, Trump posted government shutdown in 5 days. S&P 500 daily chart for January the 31st. And then it saw the S&P 500 plummet.
Is that on your page? Chief? Because if I can bring it up if it's on your page.
It was in my story. I don't think I posted it on my page.
Okay.
But there's some stuff on my page about the financial reset and all that.
Okay.
Team technology. And it interfaces with your DNA, the real med it interfaces with your DNA. And it goes over your whole life, and wherever your health, it's going to break it down into mental health, spiritual health, and physical health. If the place where you was at your best physical condition wasn't where you was at your best mental condition, it's going to align those. So it might turn your body back to 40, but it might turn your mind back to 55. But then it might turn your spiritual self back to 6. Because that was when you was at your spiritual peak.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's a frequency machine. It's just designed to read your base DNA program and optimize everything. It's like fixing the computer on a car. You can't run like crap, or none of the sensors read right. But as soon as you fix the glitch in the computer itself, you clear up all of those other problems. We used to deal with the body as a regular engine. We didn't realize that the body was really an engine with a computer module that monitor all kind of sensors we call chakras. And each sensor is supposed to relay certain information to the whole of the organism. When we're doing this process, understanding how it works is called epigenetics.
Epigenetics, okay.
Right? Now, once you understand the epigenetics, then that's when you start understanding that I'm not really here. I'm somewhere else, being projected here. Then it brings to mind that, wait a minute, if I'm somewhere else being projected here, this got to be a holographic universe.
All right now. Okay.
Okay, so now we're talking Michael Talbot. So if it's a holographic universe, you need to see a north to south orbital body that can be synced with the east-west orbital body.
Okay.
In order to project the holographic projection in the minds of everybody going experiencing the hologram. The Dark Knight satellite was in the same northwest, at the same degrees that the moon go east to west. The Dark Knight satellite go north to south.
Okay.
You got a north-south or a polar orbit. The moon has an equatorial orbit. Together, they give us a holographic projection. So I had to play with AI for a minute, and I ended up having AI explain how it worked. You understand too?
Yes. Yeah. If we're not here, where are we?
If we inside of the hologram, there's no explanation for anything that's outside the hologram. Because everything we explained has to be in the hologram to explain it. But when you're outside of the hologram, the only thing you're concerned with is did you feel while you was here.
And what is the purpose of being in this hologram?
It's a learning center. Same thing as an airplane simulator, spaceship simulator, boat simulator. It's a training program. It's to teach the God body how to maintain balance in the realm of opposites. And the purpose of that is when you are no longer a physical body, human being, and you're your own star, you won't have to worry about collapsing into a dwarf or going supernova because you found your balance as a human. So now you can take in and put out energy at a 1-to-1 ratio, 0 loss, right? Which is a perpetual energy system. Your entropy don't exist because your entropy is the same as your gain. Your loss is the same as your gain. It's a perpetual balance. So we come into the body as humans, so it don't take trillions of years. It just take the lifespan, a couple lifespans as humans to learn how to maintain the permanent balance. And then you see less supernovas in the universes. See less collapsing to dwarf stars. Because all we are energy.
Yeah.
The greatest expression of energy in any star system is the star at the center.
Okay.
So when we realize that, and we say, okay, we are coming from a different zodiac, the ray of light that's coming here from that zodiac is, and the stardust it picks up becomes you.
Wow.
That's how they know how to read your zodiac sign.
I see.
That the energy that comes in by second, minute, hour, day, week, month, year. And then once you realize that, then you can say, oh, this person won't be back for 62,000 years.
Whew.
This one won't be back for 14,000 years. But when they come back, they're going to be impactful because of the duration that they was gone. Right? And those are normally the teachers in the University Earth.
Shame says that's why they call the world a university, because we're in school, universe. We're in school.
Yeah.
Wow. Or university. University. Oh wow.
That school is a later term, a latter term.
Okay.
It's not an original term for education. University is the older term.
Okay.
Right. And if you notice, most people that separate, they don't call them schools no more. They call them universities or centers. Right? Because the word school, when you do etymology on the word school, you don't want to send your child there no way.
Oh. Okay.
Look, school is the English word for a place where you send your children to learn and be educated.